Is this the smartest dumb phone? As someone who is recovering from a smartphone and social media addiction, I'm always on the hunt for the perfect device to manage my life and have a good balance. Now, I've tested dumb phones, minimalist phones, and dumbed down smartphones. But recently, the team at SLEKE has given me another device for thought. Now, this device on the outside looks like any other smartphone. This is a Google Pixel 6 hardware-wise, but the most interesting part of this device is the software. Now, this device is running a custom software called Odyssey OS. It's based on the Graphene OS, but it is completely customized. What I like about this software is that it is de-Googled and it is privacy first. So you can use Google services for certain applications, but it goes through a service called MicroG. And if you want to look more into that service in particular, I highly recommend it. Now, Odyssey OS is unique. First, when you have the device, I'm going to emphasize that this is a beta device and the device is continually updating and changing, so take this with a grain of salt. From the device itself, you have a home page where you can access the main features, of course, calling, texting. You also have access to your apps as well as a search option. Now, this search option is not a browser. It is kind of like a ChatGPT service. So if you have a specific question, you can type it in. For example, if I type in my name, it gives me a brief description of who I am, based of course on web search results, and it gives me a short summary. This is quite useful if you want to look up a specific name for something or a definition without getting lost in your browser. Now, this device doesn't have a browser. In fact, if you go to the apps, you'll see that you're limited for apps. These apps are based on community feedback, and the team at SLEKE are continually updating and adding specific apps due to the community feedback. Now, what I really like about this device is when I talked with the team themselves, they had me sit down and think of which apps I actually need to use a device every day without using a companion device, for example. Now, for me personally, my biggest gripe is I need a device with WhatsApp. As you know, those of us who live outside the US are using WhatsApp for communication, especially for business and things like this. So WhatsApp is non-negotiable, and this device does have WhatsApp. Other apps that people may need, for example, myself, is banking or even PayPal and things like this. And this device has that as well. It also has a Maps application, so it's the same maps that you'll find when you're side-loading maps onto your BlackBerry device, for example. So it's Magic Earth, and this app is amazing. I really love using it on my BlackBerry, and I've used it so far on this device for the past few days, and it works great. Another essential app I always need is email, so for communication, of course, and it works perfectly fine. I've added my Gmail accounts, my personal Gmail at that, and it's been working seamlessly. Now, speaking of communication, the best way to manage the communication on this app is actually using Beeper, which I have never used before, but I have heard of it. And what I like about Beeper is that I can have it on my computer as well, which means I don't have to have my phone with me all the time. And it makes it easier for me to manage my communication across different apps, such as WhatsApp, of course, as well as Facebook Messenger, and even some social media direct messages, such as Instagram. Now, this device doesn't have any social media, so if you're looking to add those social media, you won't be able to do that. What I like about this device, it is very streamlined but very usable. So if you're somebody who's looking for a device to not be distracted but actually get your everyday tasks done and the necessities, this device is perfect for that. I'm going to emphasize I've only been using this device for the past few days. This is my first impressions, and honestly, it's been quite positive. I've been using it for phone calls, for emails, and just the essentials. I've been using a task manager to help organize my day, and it's honestly helped me focus a lot on what really matters, and I think this is what the device has in mind. I really like the SLEKE company, and they're very transparent and very open about their product. They have a lot of people coming in and beta testing, and this device is continually evolving and will be updating. So if you're interested about the whole beta testing options, I'm going to leave their email down below and you can contact them directly. They're very personable, very open, and I really like the model. I also like that they're using refurbished or older devices that work perfectly fine. As somebody who loves using older devices and even older than the Pixel 6, I can say having a newish modern smartphone but with a custom OS is a great compromise for somebody in the digital minimalism mindset, but not wanting to stick out by having a dumb phone or a minimalist phone, or is not able to go completely to a dumb phone. I know a lot of you are looking for devices that have two-factor authentication, and devices like this are perfect. They have the essential apps like that you need to get by day to day, but none of the distractions of browsers, social media, shopping apps, content consumption apps, and anything that could suck time away, basically. I also like the fact that it is using a Google Pixel hardware because you have excellent photo quality and you also have access to 5G. So a lot of these aspects or pain points that people have with different devices, I think that this device kind of solves and makes a good compromise. So for now, I'm going to be using this device for the foreseeable future. I'm going to see how I get along with it. So far, my screen time has been extremely low because I have nothing to really distract me on it. And I really hope going into the holiday season, I can focus on spending time with my friends and family and less time glued to my phone. What do you think about this device? Let me know down below if you want me to test certain aspects of it. And this is just a global first impressions. If you want to know more in-depth details, I recommend going to their website or reaching out to them directly. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon.